and welcome to my review of Sherlock Season 1, Episode 1, A Study in... Oh no, my hat! This episode is really good.
Perfectly sound analysis, but I was hoping you'd go deeper.
Alright, fine. You know, I noticed something funny about all these Stephen Moffat / Russell T Davies shows. They all have the same first episode, right? Because Doctor Who, the first episode of that was about, well, at least in their series, was about a person trying to get more information about a mysterious other person. Alright, same thing with Torchwood. It is about a person trying to get more information about this mysterious other person. Or the Sarah Jane Adventures, it's about a person trying to find more information about a mysterious other person. And this episode of Sherlock was shaping up to be the same. But after 15 minutes, it subverts that expectation, and I really like how they pulled this off. You are watching a show called Sherlock at this point. You know Sherlock Holmes is going to show up. And it plays off that. It does this build-up to Sherlock, and then when you finally meet him, it is well worth the wait. When Sherlock first shows up, it establishes his character, and it establishes his character fast. And the great thing about it is it doesn't even feel forced. Normally, to get that amount of character into that amount of space, you would have to have conversations like, "Hey Heisenberg, how's it going?" "Oh, I've just been dealing crystal meth and having relationship problems and cancer." Oh. And then one of the best screen duos of all time is formed. And they go on their adventure, and they have their case. Earlier in this episode, we heard about this string of suicides that were supposedly linked, and now we see Sherlock investigating this. We get the payoff, and we get to see Sherlock in action. Look at him investigating, finding, deducing stuff. Oh my god, so cool! So just by looking over this body for 2 minutes, he can already tell that this chick works in the media, that she is unhappily married, that she had a suitcase that she lost, that she has been cheating on her husband with a string of lovers. 2 minutes, mind you. And the thing is, there are words on screen showing Sherlock's thought process. You get to see, like, the gears turning inside of his head, what he is thinking, written on screen. Oh, and the way that the words interact with their environment is just great directing. Hey, check it out, the lighting mystically changed in the middle of the video. You know, some wizard magic going on right there. Speaking of directing, let's skip ahead to the awesomest directing ever. Namely, the chase scene. Now, at this point, Sherlock and John have followed a series of clues and are now trying to lead the killer into a trap. And near their sort of stakeout area, a cab slows down, and Sherlock thinks, that's the cab. That's the cab with the killer in it. The killer is in that cab. The cab speeds off, and off they go. Holy fuck balls, the scene looks awesome! We're seeing Sherlock's mind again, but in a different way, and the faded street signs into it just makes it look beautifully stylistic. Then a couple more things happen. Lestrade's character development, raid, the phone, email, bid, all the clues come together, blah 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 blah. Cab scene! Now, after near an entire episode of Sherlock being absolutely perfect, we see his big weakness. We see the chink in the armor. Sherlock can do all the clever things he likes, but at the end of the day, when victory is down one road and discovery is down another, he needs to take that second road. It is his obsession. And then there's the scene with the 2 pills. Could there have been a more fitting ending? I don't think the answer to that is yes. We see Sherlock's addiction again, but on a larger scale, he is willing to risk death just to get that sense of elation. And we find ourselves with a multi-layered character who will go to absurd lengths just to be right. And of course, who else to pull him out of that situation but John Watson, my man, saving the day. Man, you have gotta love John Watson. He is such a multi-dimensional character. And he has this addiction, much like Sherlock, but his addiction is to danger, to adrenaline, to the thrill of the chase. He just has to have it. And that's why he joined the army. And I think, to a degree, that's why he trusts Sherlock so much, because he sees part of himself in Sherlock. And they really didn't have to make John Watson so multidimensional. He could have been the most generic character out there, and it would have worked just as well, but they went the extra mile, and they made him a multi-layered, interesting character. The capping makes me wonder about a few things, like, is there anybody on Earth who wouldn't kill someone if put under the wrong set of circumstances? He didn't just wake up one day like, oh, I'm gonna kill some people. No, he was pushed and pushed until he went over the edge. He, by the end of it, was someone with nothing left to lose and everything left to gain, to the point where his moral compass was so distorted that he thought killing people was the moral route. Sherlock. I don't even know what to say in this bit. Sherlock is a genius with an obsession, or rather, a genius because of his obsession. He kind of reminds me of Dexter a bit. No, I mean like the other one. Yeah, that's it. We should do a collab sometime with like Sherlock and Dexter. Not like a full episode or anything, but just like a 10-minute little thing on the internet. I don't know, I think it'd be pretty cool. The story of this episode is great. The characters are multi-layered. There is not a damn thing wrong with it, no sir. 10 out of 10. Join me next time for my review of Shaun of the Dead.